What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another Girls Frontline 2 Exilium video. Alright, man oh man, I finally did it. And this was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wish they actually had a way to show up your draws, because, not what I'm wearing obviously, but the draws for the characters that you summoned for. I don't know if there is an actual way. Let me see. Access record, there it is. Take a look at this, guys. Okay, Sumi. Not Sumi, but you know what I mean. Sumi. Like, I had a lot of her pop up very, very late on, and I was already at A3 at that time. I think there's a mouse in there. I had a few different fails, but for the most part, I got a lot of good summons for her. Early on was a little rough, but later on, we were able to push her all the way to A6. You guys can see here, it's a pay-to-win account, obviously. I did this one. It took me about, what was it, 60, 70, 80, 90... yeah, 99 multis to get her to A6. This obviously gave a few other things along the way, but I do want to talk about her because she is absolutely broken. And I'm you don't even need to push her to this. This was excessive. I just wanted to do it, but I do want to kind of go over her kit, talk a little bit about her, and why she is absolutely a must-have A1. At the very least, you should get the Fortification A1. It's not even a question, guys. This version of her right here is just broken. It makes her from a subpar healer to a great buffer to the best healer and the greatest buffer in the game, and probably will stay that way for quite some time. So I'm going to go through every single segment here in the fortifications. We're going to talk about her and what she brings to the table. So first off, what makes it so powerful? If you notice, if you don't have the A1 version of her, or I say A1 Advancement 1, so Fortification, sorry, SLA terms, Fortification version 1 of her, the segment 1, you'll notice that she doesn't heal that much. But once you get this, it increases the number of stacks of Avalanche, right? You guys can see here, upon reaching 5 stacks, takes a fixable stability damage. This is considered a freeze. So not only does it increase the freeze Avalanche debuff that it offers, but it also does recover equal to 30% of her max HP and restores stability index by 4 points to all allies. Yo, let me tell you, if you build her HP base, this healer becomes all you need as an all-around buffer, support, and healer, period. She does everything you need her to do. And then not on top of that, gain an additional 1 stack of Wintry Bastion. It reduces damage taken by 30%, maximum of 5 stacks. Expend 1 stack upon being attacked. This is considered a freeze buff and cannot be cleansed. You guys can see that, right? So all of this stuff, it's crazy. It's crazy, okay? If the allied unit is at full HP before being healed, they gain an additional 1 stack of Shelter, which of course gains stability protection, reducing stability damage taken by 2 points. Each instance of stability damage taken consumes 1 stack, and then obviously offers you continuous healing as well, which you restore 10% of your maximum HP at the end of the action. So this is as far as you need to go. I was like, fuck it. If I'm going to be paid to win, I'm going to be paid to win for the right unit, and I pay to win the right unit. So I went to segment 2. You guys can see segment 2. If the allied have a frost barrier, right when the shield is up, apply Frigid for 1 turn to the unit that destroys it, and then applies Warding Light to them. It also increases freeze damage dealt by 15%. So this is why her with other freeze units with segment 2 is crazy strong. Because if you have Lota, for example, which we get from the free rewards, adding Warding Light as a segment 2 gives Lota 15% more freeze damage. The effect of Sleet Drift Sprint is enhanced. Support range is increased by 2 tiles. So support fire range is increased by 2 tiles, which allows you to shoot even further than before. Guys, unreal. Again, Fortification 1, segment 1 is all you need. But if you go further, she just keeps getting better and better and better. I mean, like, significantly better every segment, right? So apply impact response 1 to the target for 2 turns. For each surrounding large enemy unit, apply 1 additional stack of defense support. So look at this. After being attacked, Sumi gains 10% of maximum HP. Consider this a buff. Apply 1 additional stack of defense support. Increase defense equal to 30% of the applied base defense, maximum 4 stacks. So again, getting just better, right? This is the fourth one's probably the one that is probably the most skippable one. If it causes stability break, increase fixed damage by 120% of defense. Like you do more DPS based off your defense. 5 additional effect of Warding Light is added when attacked. If frost barrier is not broken, inflict 1 point of stability damage to the attacker, which is fantastic. Support actions now trigger an additional 1 time per turn and recover 1 point of stability index for other allies within 4 tiles around the user. Covering yourself, no problem every single time. Just keep getting back your stability. It's crazy. And then lastly, the last one Applies defense up 2 to all allies for 3 turns. If you don't know what defense up 2 is, right here you guys can click it. Increases the increased defense by 30%, considered above. Increases the number of cleanse debuffs by 2, and also cleanses the effects of fear, infatuate, and stun. Everything pretty much cleansed. There's no more problems here. Increases her healing now by 50% instead of 30%, and then expands the radius of frost by 1 tile. The effect of shield is enhanced by 30% rather than, what was it? So I don't even remember what it was before. 10%, 20%, up to a maximum of 100% of her maximum HP. So when you have Sumi to this point, you want to build her with as much HP as possible. HP is her best friend. HP is all you care about. So all of your weapon attachments should be all HP related. You guys can see attack, crit, defense boost. The only reason why I have defense boost in this one on is because the defense boost really helps with damage. The rest of this is negligible. I would want all HP and defense boost. Crit damage and crit rate is obviously nice, so that's not a bad thing. But here, health, defense, health, right? This is what you're looking for. This is not what you're looking for. And this is what you're looking for. Okay, the attack boost is relevant. So this one here, for example, can absolutely be changed. The reason why I chose it is because it's the only frost one I had. With the legendary, but I will be looking for other ones to replace this one altogether. So overall, if you want her to be the ultimate unit, if you plan to push her like I did, which I don't recommend, by the way, you don't need to. I just did it because hell, I'm a content creator. I have the funds to do so. It just made sense for me to do it. I highly recommend pushing her to at least A3 if you want to take full advantage of her kit. A6 is just bonkers, and you guys can see it took 100 multis to get there, right? So I don't recommend doing that because it's very expensive. I think I'm at like $600, $700 spent at this point in this game because I'm loving it. And again, I'm a content creator. I make money off this. It's not a big deal. So let's put her in action, guys, and show you kind of what she's all about. I want you guys to kind of see what she can bring to the table at her current level, and you guys can go from there, okay? So let's go ahead. I mean, again, all of this stuff is useless for her. I'm just going to put it on anyways, just to give her more power. The crit's nice, but the attack is, attack's not that big of a deal for what I'm using her for, right? Quite honestly, though, she does do quite a bit of damage, so I won't take that away from her overall, but she isn't, it's not required what I'm using her for there. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into a battle and show you guys what she's all about. Oh, real quick, her weapon. Some of you guys were asking about her weapon. Is her weapon worth it? So freeze damage dealt by all allies increased by 10%. So this is important, again, if you're running a full freeze team. Right now, there aren't many freeze units that are worthwhile having. The value of applied shield is increased by 10%. This also stacks with her current fortification. If the user stability is greater than 0, before using ultimate skill, the value of the shield is also increased by another 10%. So you guys will understand here, the shield is bonkers. It's almost impossible to get that shield off of units through at least 2 to 3 turns. It's pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'll do a campaign mode real quick here. I'm done all of the normal ones. Let's start doing hard now. And you guys can see some of the things that she does. Obviously, this is under leveled for what I'm doing, but I did want to show you guys the power of the shield, what she brings to the table, etc. Right? So this is the team here. So Sumi, Ulrid, this is Mosin, and this is Perithia. Okay, so let's show you guys kind of how this works. All right, I'll set it to auto, kind of let it do its own thing. Actually, no, before I set it to auto, let me show you guys some of the descriptions here on her skills. Okay, we'll go to Sumi first. Okay, like if you look at the skill here, look how long this is. It literally, everything I explained to you in one skill, right? So she now has the ability to do so many different things. It's crazy. So let's just go ahead and start off with this. Well, and the range on this is so big. Right? Watch now. Now, because she has her costume on, she's gonna do a different looking ultimate. So keep that in mind. She actually just rides this duck, which is a little bit crazy out there. Yeah. So outfits will make them do different skill looks, right? But you guys can see the amount of damage she does is fairly decent. And this shield is just insane. Defense up 2. You guys saw that. And look at the heals. Continuous healing. Like, look at all these buffs applied now, right? So it's pretty insane to see all of this applied. So that is what makes her so broken. If I were you guys, I wouldn't worry about any other banner on this entire roster. The main banner to go for at this point is going to in fact be her banner, to at the very least Fortification 1, aka a segment 1. Okay, so push that. It's worth it. She is absolutely going to be the best unit in the game for quite some time, and worth, if you want to keep your squad alive, you want to do pretty decent DPS and pretty much have the best healer, buffer, and support unit in the game, yeah, it's worth it. Go for her, guys. Highly recommend push for that A1. On my free-to-play, I've got her at A0. I'm actually still summoning for her to hopefully get lucky on her A1, aka for segment 1. I keep calling it A1. I apologize. Until I get her, I'm not stopping. I think she is the ultimate character right now in the game, and you'd be wise to continue going for her until you get it. All right, guys, it's Pain. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.